Hi, hello. I hope you are all fine. This is Bashir sir again in front of you with a new poem, Punishment in Kindergarten, which is written by Kamala Das. So before I will explain and give critical analysis of this poem and also the central idea, I will read out a text for you. Today the world is little more my own. No need to remember the pain. A blue-frocked woman caused throwing words at me like pots and pans. To drain that honey-colored day of peace. Why don't you join the others? What a peculiar child you are. On the lawn in clusters sat my schoolmate sipping sugarcane. They turned and laughed in mirth of others' tears. I buried my face in the sun-warmed hedge and smelt the flowers and the pain. The words are muffled now, the laughing faces only blur. The years have sped along, stopping briefly at bowed hearts and moving sadly on. My mind has found adult peace. No need to remember that picnic day when I lay hidden by a hedge watching the steel sun staining lonely in the sky. So this is uh, an autobiographical poem written by Kamala Das. So I will give you a brief introduction about Kamala Das. Kamala Das was born in 31st March in Madras, British India at that time, presently Chennai, and died in 2009, Pune. Her pen name was Madhu Vikulan and her married name is Kamala Das. She is one of the leading authors from Kerala, India. She is poet, novelist, short story writer. She wrote many autobiographical poems. However, in this poem, The Punishment in Kindergarten, she remembers an incident which caused her not joy but pain. So we can call it this is a nostalgia poem. It is a nostalgic poem. What is nostalgic? Nostalgic means pleasure and sadness that's caused by remembering something from the past and wishing that you could experience it again. In this poem, she was in the kindergarten. She was the kindergarten school child. One day, all the children were taken for a picnic. In this poem, poetess describes it with a delightful image. She tries to get into the mind of the child, how it feels when scolded by the school teacher in front of all the schoolmates. And it also takes us back to our own classrooms when we used to sit in those kindergarten classes. So that this is the way how she has used in this poem. All the children except her were playing and making merry, but she alone kept away from the company of the children. She remembers how one day she was rebuked by her blue frock teacher. It was a fine picnic day. The poetess was there, a small child reading in kindergarten. She was shy, she was sensitive girl. Her teacher rebuked her harshly. She called her a peculiar child. She told her, "Why don't you join the others? You are a peculiar child." Teacher, you want us actually that she should join the other classmates. But for the child, the teacher's words were full of anger and bitterness. The joy was completely lost for the poet. The poetess recalls that event when her schoolmates were sitting at that time sipping sugarcane. They laughed. This says children are funny creatures. They laugh joyfully at others' pain and tears. She felt deeply pained when her classmates all enjoyed that honey-colored picnic day. She hid her face in the hedge. On one side, she was experiencing the smell of the flowers, but on the other side, pain in her heart. The poetess says that the harsh words of her teacher are now lost in distant past. The faces of her classmates have also become dim in her memory. The poet comes to the conclusion that there is no need for her to remember that picnic day when she hid her face in the hedge watching the steel white sun that was standing lonely in the sky. If we see in this poem, the subject matter is the poem is divided into two parts. The first part of which being the description of this painful experience of the kindergarten days, and on the other side, the next part is the adult attitude to the incident at present when she is no more a child. Thus, the major theme of the poem is nostalgia and the sense of moving on with life. So, if we analyze this poem is divided into three stanzas. So, many literary devices have been used here: metaphor, simile, metonymy, personification. So, if we see the first stanza, today the world is little more my own. The phrase, the world is little more my own, it means the poetess is now a grown up person. She has peace of mind, she has confidence, she feels herself to be the mistress of her own world. So, she thinks here in this poem that why should I recall that painful day? What is the painful day here? In these lines, we see that a blue frocked woman cars a train. This blue frocked woman was actually poetess kindergarten teacher. The poetess remembers her for she rebuked her for keeping aloof from her classmates because teacher used this sentence, why didn't you join the others? What a peculiar child you are. So it was the actually fine picnic day. Her teacher, who wore a blue frock, rebuked her for keeping aloof from her classmates. The teacher had no regard for her shy, sensitive nature. She used her very harsh words and angry words. The whole joy of this fine day was lost from the poetess. The teacher called her a strange child. She told her to mix up with the other classmates. So, in the second stanza, there is again the pain. That means this pain is added by her own schoolmates, the kindergarten schoolmates. Children are funny things, they laugh in mirth at others' tears. I buried my face in the sun-warmed hedge and smelt the flowers and the pain. So in these lines, if we see that the poetess recall a painful experience of her childhood. It was a fine picnic day, but she was rebuked by her teacher. Her classmates laughed at her. A general remark about children. They are funny creatures. They laugh joyfully at the pain and sufferings of others. So the poetess recalls how the teacher rebuked her and told her to mix up with other classmates, but she felt deeply pained when they laughed at her. She did not join them. She sat by the side of the hedge. She smelled the sweet fragrance of hedge flowers through though her heart is very sad. If we see in the last stanza, she consoles herself. She says that the words are muffled now. The laughing face only blur. The years have sped along, stopping briefly at beloved hearts and moving badly on. My mind has found an adult peace. So the poet is now adult. She's now mature. She's now happy. She has now her own world. She can enjoy her life. She can do whatever she wants to do. The childhood experience that she records in the poem happened long ago. The harsh words of the teacher have now become faint in her memory. She does not even well remember the face of the classmates who laughed at her in her misery. The poetess says that the time has gone by fast since that incident happened in her childhood. She is now adult and has peace in her life. However, she remembers a few happy and important events of her past. Uh, the poem is very simple in its construction and even colloquial in diction. In fact, the incident is a reminder of the fact that talented usually spend a lonely life right from the beginning. Now, the tune of the poem is pensive, if not sad. It is a tune of compromise in the face of inevitability. Kamala Das seems to be saying that though sometimes of crisis or loneliness, we tend to remember some long forgotten incidents of humiliation and pain. It's better to forget and forgive and move on. So sometimes we recall the pain and it gives us more pain. If we see the words with daffodils, if we recall the pleasurable things, those things which give us the joy, so we again become happy if we recall the happiest incidents. So here, Kamala Das wants to convey us that when you recall the pain, you are again inviting the pain. If we remember the Shakespeare's quote that tomorrow a mischief that is past and gone is next way to draw a new mischief on. The poem is also a testimony to the fact that with time people tend to forget their pain and moves on in life for better things. The images used again are deceptively simple, in tune with the theme of the poem. The images are evocative yet blurred. The teacher's identity gets shrunk to a blue frock, blue skirt, but the words she threw at her at point are still remembered as spots and pains. Words had hurt the young girl more than the corporal punishment because harsh words leave a permanent scar on the psyche of the victim. The image of the hedge and the sun is quite symptomatic of the introverted nature of the poet and the subtle projection of her chronic loneliness into a celestial earth. Thus, I will conclude this poem. The poem is true modernist poem which at the same time nostalgically remembering an incident of childhood, remembers it not in a moment of glorification but as an insight into an event of pain due to inborn desire of isolation and of difference. Kindergarten thus transforms from a site of celebration of innocence to the mourning of the loss of innocence, yet with a positive note of the desire, our capability of letting life go. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this poem. Thank you very much.